let's switch gears to the Ramy thing because that's still a hot topic. You never told you've been very clear, Bob.
Yeah.
Go back on all the videos. The word should retire. Those two words never came out of your mouth, but
Right.
somehow they were attributed to you. It was construed. I feel like he wants Ramy to retire, or it sounds like things you said were twisted, taken out of context, and made
Yeah.
to appear as if you were telling Ramy, "You're washed up. You need to get out of the sport. You're all done," which you never did.
Right.
How did that even escalate to that point?
Well, because of first and foremost, because of fake news, Nick, our good buddy Nick Cicherillo out there, the CNN of bodybuilding, who just literally just puts out stuff for clickbait. It has no rhyme or reason. It's garbage journalism. Okay, and unfortunately, I got to give him credit. It's popular these days. You can put complete crap out there, and people will listen to it. Okay, now listen, whether that's good or bad or indifferent, if it puts money in his pocket, he's going to continue to do it. It's up to the people to be smart enough. This is why my my podcast has taken off, because I think there's a good segment of the bodybuilding fans who are sick of it. They want real content. They want to hear real stuff. They want to see perspective from the inside, from somebody who's been on stage, somebody who's been involved in the game for all these years. Nick sealed his own fate on anything to do with the Arnold. When the first words out of his mouth were, "Well, I wasn't there, but." Okay, you weren't there. Automatically, all right, you're relegated to kind of the second tier of opinions. Okay, doesn't mean you can't have one, but your opinion is going to be skewed for all the reasons that the three of us just talked about. You weren't there, you didn't see it. If you can get out of your basement some point, perhaps if you had the new get out of the house supplement from Old School Labs, it might have helped you, Nick, in your assessment of the Arnold. But so it's all clickbait and bullshit, right? Oh, Bob says Ramy needs to retire. Okay, one, I never said that. B, now don't forget, Ron, I'm speaking for the man, right? I'm talking for the league. I'm a shill for the league. I'm employed by the pro league, that. So now it becomes, well, Bob's not really saying it. The league is giving him a message that he needs to get out, right? So you can see it's the telephone game. Listen, we all did this in grammar school. I never said I tell people, go listen. And still I'm waiting for I gave the WWE, listen, you quit or I quit provision to either one of the guys out there, Palumbo or Nick, to provide the spot where I tell Ramy to retire. And neither one of them come up with it so far. So it's amazing how that works. But when called to produce the facts or whatever, they're null and void. But let's just clear it up right now if nobody else has seen anything. Number one, I didn't tell Ramy to retire. Number two, if you can't see that this guy doesn't have the same physique as years ago, which is why I put the photos up, and I'll take the blame because I didn't check with the editing people when they put the wrong picture up, okay, which I then corrected and I put it up on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram right now, there's two pictures around me 10 years apart. If you can't see the differences, then you got no shit in business commenting on anything with bodybuilding, okay? It's very obvious and very evident. He's not the same guy as he was a few years ago. He's got some problems, which they have brought up themselves. Chad Nichols has addressed it. Well, yeah. Well, listen, bro, you don't know what you're talking. He's getting stem cell treatment. Well, I don't know about you guys, but you don't get stem cell treatment unless you're trying to fix a problem, right? So there's a problem that you're trying to fix. What's the problem? Even Dennis admitted. Well, yeah, I know his arms are a little down. Okay, so now his arms are down. Right. I noticed the same thing. That's what I said. Right? Which are making his shoulders look funky. Okay, so there's numbers. So now I'm 2 for 2 because I said his shoulders look a little weird. Okay, I don't care what he's doing. Well, you're saying he's taking Synthol. I'm not. Listen, you could be taking Nutella and injecting it into his. I don't give a shit what he's doing. All I'm telling you is what it looks like. That's what the judges are doing. They're looking. You don't get to fill out a resume of what you did or took or whatever, or how you got there or whatever. They don't give two craps about your story. Okay, so now I'm 2 for 2, Ron. Arms are down, shoulders a little funky, waistline is a little bigger. Well, listen, bro, if you don't think anybody looks different than they did 10 years ago, okay, so now I'm 3 for 3. You're admitting his waist. Well, yeah, of course. So is everybody. Okay, so let's just deal with the facts. His thighs are too damn big, and he's got whatever's going on there with the dents that we keep hearing about. Well, he fixed that from okay, so there's a problem there. Now I'm 4 for 4. Okay, so what part about this am I the one who's wrong? right? Well, he's greatly improved from the Olympia. If you can't see that, then you don't know what you're talking about. He was way off at the Olympia. So the fact that he's better at the Arnold doesn't mean he's back to specs. It just means that he's better than what we saw at the Olympia. Well, guess who else was better from the Olympia? Samson, right? Who was in 6 at the Olympia and got so much better. Nick, probably not as good as the Olympia, but not far off. So he holds his own, right? And Jaft, who was way off at the Olympia, but obviously got his shit together. And guess what? Okay, so everybody got better from the Olympia. So that kind of null and voids that. But I'm not saying, I didn't say anything that anybody else, any quote expert, hasn't said themselves. What's Ramy need to do, in my quote expert opinion? Take some time off. Get your physique back where you got to get it. Fix whatever problems you got going. Whatever these stem cell treatment. Well, you say he had nerve damage. He already got, the doctor said he doesn't have any nerve damage or whatever. That's why he's taking the stem cells. It's inflammation. If it's inflammation, go take some goddamn ibuprofen. Okay, it's not inflammation. By the way, I'm no doctor, Ron, as you know, but I have played one on TV. But probably inflammation is a result of a problem. Am I wrong, guys?
It's a body's response. Inflammation is the body's response
of a problem, right? If there's a problem, Giles, you sprained your ankle playing soccer, right? And then it blows up. It gets inflamed. Well, the problem isn't the inflammation. The problem is that you sprained your ankle, right? There's an injury there.
Right.
That's what the stem cells are allegedly doing, right? That's why they're doing treatment. Great. But don't blow smoke up our opposing trunks here and try to tell us, like, we're not seeing what we're seeing. I mean, you could clearly see.
I think the whole thing's just a big cash grab. I'm sorry, I've said this before to Ron many times. I got a lot of shit for it, to be honest, Bob. Saying, I mean, you can't inject something once and then everything just magically poof comes back.
No.
I mean, I do the show with Ronnie, and I get regular updates every time I speak to Ronnie about, and he's saying it's like, what, 2 steps back to go, 1 step back to go 2 steps forward, and you're constantly doing this, but it's over like at least a 2-year period before you see any real.
Right. Well, again, I'm going to ask for your guys' help in this once again. Help me to help you to help me. Okay. By me saying that Ramy should tend to his health, get fixed, whatever it is he needs to get fixed, and if he can't get his physique back to what it was before when he was winning Olympias, then yeah, maybe he should think about going down, to the next road, right? Is there anything wrong with saying that? Like, why would he want to come back? If these things continue or it keeps him out, his last 2 shows, if I'm not mistaken, again, correct me guys if I'm wrong, were 6th and 4th. Okay? This is a guy who was a 2-time winner of the Olympia. So clearly something has happened there. And it's not that he didn't show up in Pittsburgh. So if he can't get back to that, Giles, what should he do?
Hey, did you like that video? Smash that like button, subscribe to MD, and please comment down below. Thanks for watching.